So isn't it funny how we sometimes treat Jesus and God as an additional add-on instead of treating him as the main power source of everything that we do in our life? So a lot of the times we will start to treat God like it's an add-on, like it's some kind of homework that we have to do. And I think when you separate trying to do what you want to do in life versus trying to get closer to God, automatically you feel like you have to take time aside, you're taking time away, and it's time that you have to take away from what you're actually wanting to do. And that makes it very hard to actually get closer and to actually try to dive in. But what if the way to actually get closer to God and to make it a lot easier, to make it a lot better, and to improve at what you're doing currently is to align them perfectly, is to make them one and the same? Like, what if we started treating him not like homework, but we started treating it like oxygen, like something that we need to get through our days, something that we need to be better at what we are currently doing? And this takes a lot of time because it's something that we don't really think about much. We think about the fact that we want to get closer to Jesus. Maybe we're reading our Bible, maybe we're praying, but it's kind of just something like, okay, I got to do that. It's another thing on the to-do list instead of something that is integral into making you a better person overall and better at what you're currently doing. You know, sometimes we start putting it off because we're like, okay, that's like some time that I have to waste. Sometimes I have to go aside to actually go do that, to actually go read my Bible and do stuff like that. But one of the main things that I've been learning recently is aligning our goals with God. One of the best things we could do possibly is to align our goals with God. So instead of I used to have like my goals separately. I would think like, okay, I want to set this goal for trying to do this, or I want to have this ambition here, but then I'm also going to freaking read my Bible and do stuff like that. But the real change, the real switch up was once I started to align everything that I'm doing with God, making him and inviting him into what I'm currently doing instead of having them separate. So one of the best things that I've learned from this book called Goals is to align what you're currently doing with your biggest values and beliefs. So our biggest values and beliefs as Christians is going to usually be the fact that we want to do God's will, the fact that we want to get closer to God, keep our attention on God. So one of the things we could do is whenever you're setting a goal, just ask yourself, how can I align this with God? How can I align this and put this more aligned with what God wants me to do? How can I try to do that? And even in Proverbs 16:3, it says, commit to whatever you're doing for the Lord your God, and he will align your path. He will make your path straight. He's going to establish our plans if we try to commit whatever we're doing to him. So every time I'm setting a goal right now, one of the things that I automatically do for my goal is ask myself, how can I align this with God? How can I try to align this with God's will? And I think it really opens the door because you feel way better. I mean, I don't know for you guys, but for me, whenever I start to align stuff with God, I feel more motivated. I feel more excited to get up and do it every single day because I know that I'm trying to do it for God's will. So how can you bring God into what you're currently doing? That thing that you're so ambitious about, that thing that you want to put everything into, how can you bring God into it? Because a lot of times it's hard to think about God when we're going out and doing the things where we have a lot of hard times with, where we have to be pushing ourselves to be the best. But if you could start to think about how you actually get better at what you're doing, how you actually are able to bring your best self because you get closer to God, which a lot of us, not all of us, are going to be able to bring our best selves the closer we get to God. You're going to have more peace, presence, joy, and you need that in anything that you're doing. So how can you start to align what you're currently doing with that, with bringing that to God? And I think it makes it so much more fun because it's like every time that you have these setbacks, we're all going to have these setbacks in whatever we're doing. We start looking at it as a way of like, okay, all I have to do is get closer. All I have to do is focus my attention on him. All I have to do is become a better man, a better woman of God. And I'm going to start to get over these setbacks. I'm going to start to come back faster and faster. I'm going to start to come back better and better. So what's one thing right now that you would love to bring God into more? Please let me know in the comments below. And also let me know how you're doing today. Let me know the best part about your day. I love you guys. Hope you have an amazing day, week. Peace.